Round 3. I'm playing Chris, and he's playing his Imperial Guard. So we'll see lots and lots of tanks, lots of guys. He put his Aegis Defense line. It's the Scouring. So we have the objectives. We still haven't revealed what they are. There's 3 over there. There's 1 back there. There's 1 over here, and there's 1 on top of this one right here. Okay, and we'll be back. Night fight turn 1 against the Guard. As you can see, they're all over here. He's going to move. We have cut plasma vets. I deployed a little nook and cranny. This is 4 objectives. 1 point, 2 point, 2 point, 3 point, and 3 points. Okay, so Dark out. He shot and knocked out the Venom, Incubi Venom, killed a bunch of the guys from the Farsu squad with the Manticore because that searchlight searched him. Then in my turn I moved up, tried to take out the quad gun again but failed. The warrior unit moved up and boosted onto this flank to threaten that flank. The 2 Ravagers moved up, 1 immobilized itself on terrain, but I managed to knock out the Chimera. Then the Reaver jet bikes that were in this flank boosted across and did a lot of wounds to them, making them fail their morale test and run away. And then here's the Witches, they boosted up on that flank as well. And we'll be back after turn 2. These warriors continued to fall back after they got blasted by the Chimera. This unit with the Archon Incubi started moving up. I took 1 wound off of the Interceptor, so it's still alive. It's defying me. The Manticore failed to just do any damage to the Ravagers. The Vendetta failed to do any damage to the Ravagers. My Reaver jet bikes came on even with the Master of the Fleet. The Witches threw a grenade and shot up the Special Weapons Squad with 2 flamers that had grav-shooted back there because they scattered. And then my rear jet bikes moved up and blew up the plasma tank with heat launches. Okay, we're moving on to turn 3. Stay tuned. Kind of moved around and shot. I killed the flamers that had regrouped. The autocannons at the ground. Everything else, his shooting was ineffectual. On his turn, beginning of turn, on his turn 4, he flew the Vendetta off because my flyer will be coming in next turn, guaranteed. So he wants to be able to shoot it, and I still haven't been able to kill that quad gun. So we'll be back. So bottom of 4, both my Ravagers have got knocked out. That Venom's died. There's 2 Witches left. I'm gonna just move them in a second. Okay. They haven't done anything. That came on and blasted the junior officer off. He was just, you couldn't see anything from the quad gun because of that big corral piece, so he survived from the quad gun. My Archon charged in. He doesn't have a shadow field, but the autocannon stayed in combat. And now we're going to turn 5, and the Vendetta's coming back in. So end of the game. I have 3 points here and 4 points on top of that. My Warlord finally died, but he was contesting a 2-point objective over there. Would have swung the game in my favor. And finally my Archon died turn 6. So we're calling it a game because we have to round it up. And it's Imperial Guard victory. So round 4, we are playing Blood Bowl, which is a classic here at the Michael Mudd Memorial Tournament. They actually made up these really cool little footballs that has Stratford Gaming Union on it because we sponsor it. And the object is kind of like the relic. You can grab it, but you have to run into your opponent's deployment zone. If you get to the edge, you score a touchdown for 3 points. If you get it into the deployment zone by the end of the game, you get 2 points for a conversion. And if you control the ball at the end of the game, you get 1 point. And then, of course, secondaries are applicable as normal. And I am playing James Macbeth and his Pre-Heresy Emperor's Children army. And what do we have in your army here, James?
Vulcan?
Yep.
I have 3 attack bikes with multi-meltas.
Yep.
Storm Talon, an auto-last Predator. 10 Assault Marines with 2 Flamers. A tactical squad with 2 Melta-Guns and a rocket. 5 Scouts with Telion. Bastion and a quad gun. And finally 5 Stern Guard with 2 Melta-Guns, combi melted, 2 Flamers, and a drop pod.
Fantastic. Okay, hammer and anvil deployments. Deployments. Jet bikes in the back. This Raider decided to kind of scoot in there somewhere. Ravager, Incubi, Witches, jet bikes, using them because anybody can grab the football, so they're a sacrificial unit, and you can run with the football too. Witches, Ravager. Then over here we have the multi-melta bikes, combat squad with Vulcan, combat squad, Talion with his supergun, combat squad, and the Predator. And we'll be back. It's night. the drop pod showed up with a bunch of Stone Guard, blew up the Incubi Venom back there. In retaliation, all the Eldar focused on the Stone Guard, and then the Incubi charged in, wiped them out. My Archon challenged the Sergeants and killed them, earning a point. I also knocked out the Bastion, and then Telion and his lads jumped down successfully. Only one died from jumping off the battlements. Now we're moving on to turn 2, and the Storm Talon has arrived. He's ready to do a strafing run on those Ravagers. We'll be back after this. I did some shuffling around. I successfully hit this twice with the Ravager and knocked out the Assault Cannon, and it's got a hull point on it left. I moved up with most of my army. The Archon charged in and exploded the drop pod, who killed an Incubi. The rest of my army moved up. The Ravager actually took 2 lances off, it lost 2 lances from shooting, so it has 1 hull point left, but it's still alive. Then I have the Ravagers moved up to this flank. They boosted up to protect everybody. That's where the ball is, and it's going on to turn 3, and we'll see what happens. Turn 3 recap. Razorwing showed up. Big combats over here. Assault Marines in here. Incubi and a bunch of guys assaulted. Assault Marines over there. I eventually killed them. The attack bikes, I forgot there's the toughness 5, so my Ravager didn't insta-kill any of them. I just killed 1 attack bike. I put my Raider in there so that Vulcan can't get around the Impossible Bastion. And I have the football! I have the football! And then there's a Predator still fine, and the Talon just came back in. Okay, so we can back up. Oh, recap. I charged into Vulcan and tied him up. Nothing happened. We've seen that one before. I killed that Rhino. They not pinned, they moved out. Blocked with that. The Storm Talon's fine. The jet bikes still have the still have the ball. I blew up the last Pred. Killed a couple of scouts, and they're moving out right now to try and take the football. It's pretty hectic on this last game. And of course this multi-melt attack bikes just destroying that last Ravager. Okay, and we'll be back to turn 6. My jet bikes had the ball, but they weren't able to get to the board edge. They were only able to get a conversion point. And I killed Vulcan after he smacked my Archon in the face, and I failed my Shadow Field save. So that's it. That's victory for Dark Eldar, but the points are very low because it's a very low point to scoring game. And yeah, we'll be back with the results. Thanks a lot for watching. So it is now 8:45. We have been away for almost 12 hours, and we just got back. There's my brother Brian. You can't really see much, so I'm just gonna make this quick. We had an absolute blast at the Michael Mudd Memorial Tournament number 4. There were all 26 people that came out to play out of 30 spaces because a few people had to cancel last minute. Over $1,200 were raised for the OSPCA. Everybody left with a prize, except for some guys who left early because they had to get back. But everybody else left with a prize. And something that was really cool was the really cool little objective markers that we got, which were like little footballs for the last mission, which was awesome. And I won Best Sportsman. I don't know how I won it. I guess, what do you think, Joaquin? That's black. Can't really see you. Ah.
There's a light.
Light.
Why did I tell you about the sportsmanship, or did I tell you about...
Just tell me about everything.
All right.
Oh, Joaquin, how was your day?
Day. Great. Well, I actually got to play you, second round, and I think it's probably the best game we have had. It was a close call. We pretty much beat each other to a pulp and ended up with exact tie points, which I don't know how that happens. I'm pretty sure they have the secondary objectives to break ties, but I guess we both had them. So, but I got some good games in. My last 2 rounds were disappointing, mostly because just poor tactical decisions and also bad dice rolling. All in all, I would definitely going to come back next year, and had a blast. So.
And I know, Brian, you were helping out with some of the administrative stuff, so yes. You kind of did all the stuff with the all the lackey work, so that was fun. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it. The tournament was an absolute blast, and everybody's really pumped to do it next year as well. So stay tuned for if you live in the Ontario, Canada region and you do want to come down to a tournament. I will definitely be making sure to let everybody know when it is. Probably be around the same size, and we'll really want to thank all the sponsors for the event that really help the event be what it is, giving prize support and really being able to support this great cause in the name of Michael Mudd. Anyway, so that's a wrap. Thanks a lot for watching, and now I actually get to go to Puerto Rico. Woo! Yeah, fun. Bye.